So it's Monday, the 8th of January, 2024. Happy New Year! So, for the last few weeks, I have been working on the Coseley Canalside commission, and I have spent a long time working on this. Now, let me just show you a full view of all the characters. I've done 5 characters so far. The one that's the one that bothered me right from the start was this fella, the elusive owl. He took forever. Not only because I was trying to figure out what texture, what colour, what crockery, to make him look owl-like. And quite often I would think of, I cut these up and they look stunning, and I had quite a few of these cut up, so I did 2 or 3 rows of them and they looked stunning. But then it looked busy when I tried putting a head together. So I had a head, and then I took the head off, then I added it on, then I took it off. This body wasn't the same either, so that changed around. I kept on looking at tawny owls from the UK, photographs of, to give me inspiration. I had this lovely tile, which not altogether external grade. However, this was the tile that I used for my hair on my fence panel mosaic, and that lasted a good 7 years. And even to the point where I took that fence panel mosaic apart and rearranged it, it was fine. So I think it's because it's quite a thick tile. It's not your usual bathroom, kitchen, ceramic-esqueness. It's not 3 or 4 mil. It's more like 6-8 mil, really. So I'm going to take a punt. What's the worst that can happen? They asked me to repair it, Anyway, I doubt it very much. I should think this will last a good 10, even more years. Now, so the head. Well, this tail I kept on taking in and out of the owl feathers, his tail wing. And then I thought, hang on, I've got 2 bowls. So I thought, why not match them? So it's the same crockery for this little tail wing here. So that's a long explanation to tell you that it's not just you guys, it's me as well. We always have times where we just kind of stop, and normal service will resume at some stage, British Rail style. So whereas compared that to Mr. Foxy Loxy, he was done and dusted almost immediately, cut up, ready to go in a day. I particularly still love his tail. I think he's my favourite character out of all of them. I know a load of people that love the Kingfisher, and why wouldn't you? Using, a real illustration of a fish from a plate and all the iridescence and the sparkliness. It actually works really well to catch the light. There you go, look. Light has been caught. And of course, the gorgeous swan with iridescence on her neck and iridescence in the crockery, porcelain crockery, and lots of faceted glass as well. And Mr. Heron didn't take long either. So that was quick as you like. So the next 2 characters. So I've got little Mousy here that little owlet has got an eye on. So I'm going to play around with this. So I've got this little piece of porcelain crockery, and this is more or less the shape of the body. Now, obviously, what I might do actually is take a template of her body or his body. I've done a little bit of a transfer. So sometimes what I use is, one of those scuzzy Polly Pockets that you can get to put your sheets of A4 in that never really work. So it's ideal for transferring images. So what I do is I trace the image. Say I wanted to trace the shape of the main body of the mouse. Then I turn it over. Obviously, I'm using just a normal pen, like a barrel pen. Impress it onto a sheet of paper, trace it again, and then impress it onto any tile that I want. So I've got all sorts of tiles here. Can you see? I've just put a rough mouse's head where the flower is. So I'm going to be playing on textures. I'm not necessarily thinking brown mouse, you know what I mean? I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it, because why not? I've got this external grade tile as well. So, you know, it could be a textured body, and there's your head there. So I'm going to see what will play out the best, really, because why not? And I've got ears. Look, there's an ear there. And there's another ear here. So, can you see? You can see how I'm thinking these things out. And actually, you know, I'm going to try this out first, because I think, obviously, this part is going to go along here. That's the length. That's the length. And then the head, and then cutting it up. I'm going to use Kilncraft again as her little piece of grass that she's shinning it up. So there's going to be a lot of sort of figuring out so that everything fits like it was meant to be. So that's my thinking process on this. Got on other variations, like obviously, you know, an external grade tile there. Very similar to the fox. So I'm just thinking maybe not. And then I've got textures like this, which I could use as little pieces of wheat, you know, like wild wheat in the background. So I've got that to remind me as well. And then I've got some really strong external grade plates, you know, the porcelain plates that you get from Palissy. So, you know, things like that. So it'll be like a straightforward mouse, like, if I'm just getting a bit fed up with it. Options. Now, so I've got a piece of crockery here, which are pears, you know, shape of a pear sort of thing, a pair of pears, from a plate. Now, I put it down, and then suddenly it becomes a frog's head. So he can go that direction, or I can turn him around. Can you see where I'm going here? And then he's that direction. Who knew? Who knew? So that's how I play on shapes, really. I'm thinking maybe a leaping frog around here in the background. Now I've got all sorts of different coloured green crockery. So these could be his legs or his webbed feet. So I've got other dark greens are available. I've got whole plates like this one here, and I've got textured plates like this one here, you see. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun. In my crockery stash at the top here, I've got my green section up there, and as you can see the greens up there, you see. So I'm going to have a little sort through and see what I've got there that might help. Some of the stuff, like you've got that Carlton ware there, can you see it? It's a little bit crumbly, so I don't think I'll use that, but we'll see. I've been very judicious how I use certain plates, so obviously I really like those, so I don't know if I'm going to break them. So we'll see. Lots of decisions still to be made, and I think the top and tail of this is because I want this to be absolutely beautiful, because this is going to be in public domain. People are going to see this as they go past Coseley railway station on the train and go, wowzers, what's that? Let's get off the train and have a look. So, yeah. So that's the plan so far. And then once I've done those two characters, I'm going to have a think about, do I put the undulation lines in with glass, next, or do I add some more bits and bobs? I don't want to be cramming it with any more wildlife, to be honest. The frog is an extra addition, so only because there's a space there. Now I might have something here, but then again I might not, because I've got some little cutouts of butterflies, and I want to put some wildflowers in as well as bulrushes and whatnot, like I showed you in the last film. So 10 minutes on, this is what the story looks like so far. So I'll post this up. Hope you're enjoying this. I'm certainly loving it. I'm not going to rush this. I'm just having the best time. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Dream job. Okay, Caroline Jerrywaller, Mango Mosaics, over and out. See you soon. Bye.